Hey everyone, I was finally able to finish Raw this morning, so let's talk about Raw on Netflix. And we are, in the week of the Royal Rumble. So we knew there were going to be big moves. It was a really interesting show. Here are my highlights, my moments, my everything. I just like the production, y'all. There were just points where like they would do some of the drone shots and I was just like, it's just so pretty. I mean, just I have to get that out of the way because sometimes I'm just like, it's great every week, but I don't know, something about this week I was just like, and I can't imagine what they're going to do for the Royal Rumble. I think that's what it was. Like watching some of the stuff they were doing, I'm like, imagine what we'll get for the Royal Rumble. Imagine what we're gonna get for that ladder match between Cody and Kevin Owens. Um, I personally loved the opening with Seth and Gunther, Logan Paul. Like, I don't know, I'm not a huge Logan Paul fan, but most people aren't. Help me join the club with me. But I love the dynamic. I love the back and forth. I liked how they were setting up the stakes. I very much enjoyed that whole part. And it's interesting because I really thought I like most people. I think the people I was watching after Seth lost on the first episode, like that Seth was going to do a heel turn, and we're not getting a heel turn as much as we're getting like this weird change in him, and it's going to be very slow. And I kind of am curious where it's going to go. But he talks about being more focused, more like iron focused, more. And I'm wondering if that's the direction they're going in with him. With that said, I don't think they need to turn him heel because if you looked at the dynamic in the ring, you had two heels and him. I think we have a good heel stable right now that he's not really needed to turn heel. Matches. Happy for the War Raiders. I need to go back and watch that match because I saw JD Dunna post something. Did I miss it? Did he get really injured during that match? Or was that just like kayfabe? Someone catch me up if you can, because I hopefully will have time in the next few hours to rewatch it, but maybe not. Okay, next up, the other match, which was the tag team match, with Liv Morgan, Raquel. We all know my feelings on Raquel. Nothing against her personally, just not a fan. And Bianca and Naomi. It was good. I like the use of Dom. I like them reestablishing that little trio. And I do think it's like a trio and then the other two. So I'm curious to see when the full split of Judgment Day will happen between them. Rey Mysterio, I always love Ray. He's a legend. He's like the GOAT. He's amazing. I adore him. And like this match, I think Xavier did good. I like how they're playing like with the families and everyone being like New Day sucks. And I'm just really loving that heel turn more than I really thought I would, quite honestly. And I do like the use of Ray because obviously Big E cannot wrestle. Very sad. But I like the use of Ray in this like role of the legend, of the locker room leader, of the Hall of Famer of him, as the person to be like, I'm going to put you in your place because someone needs to. So I kind of like the use of him. But it also like glaringly reminded me how like LFO has not done that much. The other people in that like whole camp. It's just like, like what's happening with that? What's happening with that stable? I love the Karrion Kross, Sami Zayn moment. I very much enjoyed that. I love like the seed being planted in Sammy's mind, right? Like Kevin and then Karrion Kross. And then of course we'll get to what happened at the end of the show. But like I enjoy those like little like I also really enjoyed the backstage with Alpha Academy, American Made, and Laura. About like that whole way they did that. I really enjoyed it. I like them just like reminding us about Alpha Academy. I feel like they're kind of lost and they don't have a next big opponent. Sorry, light went out. It's motion censored. But are we gonna get a rematch? because I feel like they haven't interacted. This is the first time I think we've really seen them interact in a while. So curious to see what's going to happen with Alpha Academy and American Made, and if we're going to see another match by them. One thing, and this is just, I think, watching Saturday night's main event and then watching Raw. I enjoy all the celebrities at Raw. I do. It feels very Attitude Era, where like the Raw and the Smack, like the shows were the shows that everyone wanted to be at, including celebrities. So like I'm not complaining so much that there are celebrities in the audience and they point them out, but I feel like Atlanta and that region of the country has such a rich wrestling history. I would have liked to see some more legends there. I would have liked them to have more legends sitting there who have roots in Atlanta, or like famous things that happen. Like I just kind of like, after watching Saturday Night's Main Event, I kind of love that, and I wish they did more of that on other shows, and just highlight them. All right, let's talk about the Paul Heyman segment. Paul is always amazing. I will say the one thing that I'm a little annoyed with, quite honestly, but we knew this was going to happen. It's like Roman's just not like showing up. Roman's just like doesn't need to work. He's never there. Again, as like a Cody crybaby, I'm like, dude, like, could you just have shown up for this? I think they did a really good job covering it up. I mean, like, one, Paul is just like, give the man a mic, and the man, I could watch an entire show, a 2-hour show of just Paul Heyman, because he's that good, in my opinion, on the mic. With that said, I liked the thing with Drew. I thought that was really good. Drew is a great promo too. Like my husband always says, like, no one should sleep on Drew in his promos, and I agree. He does this great sense, I think, better than Kevin Owens as like this heel thing of really laying out his arguments. And even if you don't agree with them, he lays them out in such a like for sure way. I don't know. I really enjoy his promos a lot. So I really ended up enjoying that segment, even though it was pretty glaringly obvious, to me at least, that like Roman just didn't show up for work. Give you the freaking cover of the video game, but you're not going to show up for work until the Royal Rumble. That's a soapbox thing. Sorry, guys. I just find it annoying. I did love the Jey Uso thing. That was the moment with those drawing shots. I was just like, this is freaking beautiful. Beautiful. It was just beautiful. So I like I said, I thought it was cool. I love Jey. I love Jey going for the Royal Rumble. I like the people like declaring for the Royal Rumble. Speaking of people declaring for the Royal Rumble, Penta's video. Again, the beauty of that, the way it was shot, amazing. Like, they are showing him as a major superstar, and I kind of love that. All right. Of course, we had the main event, Sammy versus Drew McIntyre. Great match. Like, ending we needed. I think Sammy, like, losing is a good thing because it's going to make him more frustrated. Maybe that's why he turns to a heel. Maybe he's sick of being pushed around, Of course, we had the Haluba kick into Cody, similar to last week with Seth. And that made me, like, maybe, and Kevin kind of, like, patting him on the back. Yeah, I'm curious to see where that's going, all right? Now, of course, we have the last part of the show, which was really the main event, which you had Cody in the ring. Of course, it's Atlanta. They love him. It is, his hometown, grandson of a plumber. Just great. And then you have CM Punk. And I love the line, my favorite line, and because they are both really good on the mic, and CM Punk's just so good. But, like, everyone else has stabbed you in the back, but I'm going to stab you in the front. I was like... and I did love, the end where they were, like, pulling each other. I wish Punk would have gotten a better grip on Cody's shoulder for all that, because when Cody, like, grabbed his arm and, like, reined him back, like, you really saw, like, the intensity there. So it was just chef's kiss. I can't wait to see what happens at the Royal Rumble. I'm so excited for it. How about you? Who are your predictions? Who do you think's going to win the Royal Rumble? Who do you think's going to win the women's and the men's? Let me know. Can't wait to watch on Saturday with you all. And until then, cheers. Heavy is the crown.